part 3 of credit. And I hope you guys get a blessing out of today. So today we're going to talk about credit cards. We're going to start off talking about credit cards. There's two sides of the credit card game, and there's personal, which most people have, and then there is the business side. I tend to lean more to the business side. Why? People don't realize, but what happens in personal, they ding your credit, sure, and it shows there. On the business side, it doesn't show up here. So it does not affect this credit over here on the business. It's two different ones. So you have a small business, a small network marketing business, you could qualify. You have a YouTube, whatever business you may have, sewing business, you could qualify for businesses. People don't realize that. They think you have a big business. No, anything can qualify basically for a home-based business or business, period. So on the credit side, we're going to leave in the chat here some cards that you can apply for. Use the affiliated links below, please. It'll help the channel out. I'm going to give you a couple for Chase, for the business, as well as for personal and business. One for Capital One, which I absolutely love for international travel. IHG, which I also love. They're giving away a lot of points with that card, 140,000 for the business and 300,000 up to sometime, depending upon. They change it all the time, just to qualify for a couple grand, and my membership is 100. I mean nothing. So you have those. You have the Marriott, which I love. American Express card is below, and the Hilton. So there's several other ones below. So please use the link below. Now let's talk about the credit. Now, when you apply for credit, it stays on your credit. The inquiry stays on for at least 2 years, and then you automatically fall off, unless you have somebody taking care of that for you. On the business side, it never shows up on the personal. Let me say that again. On the business side, it never shows up on the personal. You can see I have a lot of credit over here, but what you don't see is over here. It's a total different animal. The planes financing, the jets is all over here. You don't see it. All the other credit, I've got cards over here for the business. I got lines of credit with the business over here that don't show up on the credit. It's a totally different animal. Now, there's also, like I said, the business cards. Now, the beautiful thing about getting it, I would say apply and one every 90 days or so, or two at a time, that would be the max. And you have a good chance. I've just had a friend of mine apply for 2 of them, got approved the same day. I don't recommend more, because what happens is the credit bureau, when they see both of them come, it's but you got to do it the same day. It's a little trick to that, okay? So you get approval, bam, bam. Now you have to do the qualifications to get the bonus points. I have traveled on bonus points for years and years and years. In fact, I got the IHG card this year. I'm traveling next year. It's good for Europe and Asia. Well, I could spend probably 2 weeks to a month in a hotel and not pay anything. You heard me correct. A couple weeks to a month without paying anything because of the card and the generous bonus points. A lot of times I fly. I have contests in one of my businesses. And the contest winner, I'll send them to a convention or something. Guess how I pay for it? I use points. I sent a gentleman a couple last year. He couldn't make it. He said, "Oh my, I'm so sorry." I said, "Don't worry about it." So the points went back on my account. The $11 for the ticket came back on my account. He rescheduled for a couple months down the road. I said, "No problem, I got you." And it was less points. I'm a happy camper. So a lot of times I travel a lot on points. I have a lot of people I travel on points. So points is a great way. It's a new game called the point game, and a lot of people are just now starting to understand it. The one I like is IHG, and it's below. The beautiful thing about that one is only like $99 a year for the card, plus the qualifications, like I think it's 4,000 in 90 days. Come on. And matter of fact, there's another company called Plastico that I use, and you can download it, and they'll pay your bills, and that you can use your credit card to put your bills on there, pays your bills, and then you pay them off. And guess what? Those going on the brownie points to help you qualify for the credit cards. That's another little tip right there. So let's talk about some other things. Now let's look at the credit cards, the personal business. We also have, when we talk about things like that, credit cards, let's also talk about real estate. A lot of you say, "Mr. Thomas, I want to buy a house. I'm new to it. I sold my house. It's a lot of money today. I can't afford it. The things are going up." Well, here's a good idea. FHA are doing loans at 3.5% down. The max they'll do on a personal house It's $498,000 with everything included. You're talking about $512,000. For a lot of places, you can still do that with. Now, just grant you, the market's still high, but give it a little time, it'll come back down. For a fourplex, they'll go up to 1.4 million and some change for fourplex. Now, let me tell you what I like fourplex. If you buy a fourplex, you could stay in one unit. It must be owner occupied for 1 year. You rent the other 3 out, pay the mortgage, keep the fourth place for you for the getaway, your little relaxation or R&R, whatever for a year. And after the year, you could rent it out, you could sell it, you could refinance it, or what I will do, put a tenant in there. That's one of my goals coming up as the market goes this way. So think about it. It's paying for itself. What a great way to build some assets if you can't afford a big down payment. There's also loans out there like VA loans with 0 down if you're a veteran. There's rural real estate loans for the U.S. government. That's right, for just nothing down in these little small areas that they need people to take these homes over, usually on a little bit of acreage. There's also Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans out there that you can get. So there's a multitude of things. You know, the thing about FHA I love, think about it. They make it to a point it's affordable for people to get into a home who don't have a lot of cash. And if your credit rating is so-so, you can still qualify. And then after that, we have commercial loans, which anything over 4 units is considered a commercial loan, which is a different animal altogether in itself. You know, I think back when I bought my hotel in the Bay Area, I actually used a credit card, bought it on a had the owner finance it, made a cash flow on it, and I mean, there's all kind of creative ways to do stuff. But until you open your ideas and possibilities up, you can't see it, okay? So open up the possibilities. Look, you may not be able to buy a house right now. You may not be in the market. What if you start doing your homework and looking at 3 or 4 homes on the weekend just to see what's out there, just to see a deal? How would you know a deal if it came up and bit you? You wouldn't. But if you start researching and looking now, like I told my sister, you know, you can find that. So when the market does change and you'll say, wow, that's a great deal. That was $800,000. I can get it for $600,000. Guys, how would you know? So start doing your homework now. Just start getting your feet wet. Start learning these things now. When I first started buying real estate, I remember the first duplex. It's in my book, the ebook. I bought a duplex. As a matter of fact, I think I paid $18,000 for it. And I ended up, you know, anyway. But I was ready. And back in those days, it was an old FHA loan. Paid $50 for the transfer. I gave the guy $3,000 down. I was 18 years old. And I took over his first mortgage. Total assumable back in those days. But those are those days. But today is a new day. The question is, do you see these things working in your favor? Remember, OPM, other people's money. Use the leverage on your behalf. I've even put together an investment club where I have people invest with me. And I've done that before. And we sell the project and we all come out a winner. It's like a pie. Look at the word pie. P-I-E means profit in everything. But if I eat a whole pie, I got many people mad at me. But if I slice it up, we all can eat. Remember, P-I-E means profit in everything. I hope today you profit out this information, and I hope you take it and use it. Thank you so much. Hit the like button below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And send this out to several people. And leave your comments. Take care. God bless. I hope this brought some value to your day. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.